The War Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Zhathik of the Vraxian Confederacy made his declaration. His four eyes gleamed with desperation as he surveyed the gathered representatives of the Galactic Coalition. "Honorable delegates," his translator buzzed, "we have exhausted every conventional military strategy. The Kreshvar swarm has consumed 14 systems in as many cycles. Our fleets are scattered, our worlds are dying. I submit to this council the last option." A collective gasp rippled through the assembly. The luminary delegate, her bioluminescent skin flickering anxiously, spoke first. "You cannot be serious, Ambassador. The humans, they've been quarantined for good reason." Zhathik's mandibles clicked in what might have been resignation. "I am aware of the concerns. But we are out of time, out of options, and out of hope. On the far edge of the galaxy, in a system marked with warning beacons in 17 languages, Commander Elsa Martinez stood on the bridge of the UHNS Prometheus, watching Earth rotate beneath them. Her dark eyes reflected the blue marble of humanity's homeworld, a planet that had been cordoned off from galactic society for 3 decades. "Commander," her communications officer called out, "we're receiving a priority alpha transmission. It's from the Galactic Coalition." Elsa's eyebrows rose. "Patch it through." The holographic display shimmered to life, revealing Ambassador Zhathik's insectoid features. "Commander Martinez, I bring a message from the Galactic Coalition Council. We require Earth's assistance." The Kreshvar. Elsa interrupted, her tactical mind already racing. "The hive species from the Andromeda sector? They've breached the barrier?" "Affirmative. 14 systems have fallen. We estimate 2 billion casualties across multiple species." Elsa turned to her second-in-command, Lieutenant Jixon Wade, a broad-shouldered man whose calm demeanor had seen them through countless simulations. "Jick, thoughts?" Jixon stroked his beard thoughtfully. "They quarantined us because we were too aggressive for galactic society. Now they want that aggression aimed at their enemy." He paused. "Ironic." "Indeed," Elsa replied, then addressed the ambassador. "What are the terms?" Zhathik's translator crackled. "Full reintegration into galactic society. Access to trade routes, technology exchanges, and a permanent seat on the Coalition Council. And if we refuse? Then 17 sentient species will likely face extinction within a solar year." Elsa exchanged a look with Jixon. They both knew the answer. Humanity had been isolated for 30 years, deemed too warlike, too unpredictable, too dangerous for the peaceful galactic community. But they had never stopped being human. And humans, for all their flaws, didn't stand by while others suffered. "We'll need full tactical data and unrestricted access to Coalition space," Elsa said firmly. "And Ambassador? When we save your worlds, the quarantine ends permanently." "Agreed." "Agreed." 3 weeks later, the joint human coalition fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Talvaxian system. The Kreshvar swarm was visible even from this distance, a writhing, organic mass of bioships that moved with unnerving coordination. The coalition commanders had expected the humans to request command of the rear guard, to play a supporting role. Instead, Elsa's flagship took point, with 15 human destroyers forming a spearhead formation that made the alien commander's chromatophores pale with concern. "Commander Martinez, the Vraxian fleet." Admiral's voice trembled across the comm channel. "That formation will put you in direct contact with the swarm's vanguard. Our simulations show a 94% casualty rate for the forward position." Elsa smiled grimly. "Admiral, your simulations don't account for human tactics. Jixon, initiate Protocol Sparta." "With pleasure, Commander." Jixon's fingers danced across his console. "All ships arm kinetic accelerators. Target their biomass concentrations. Remember, they're used to energy weapons and plasma fire. Let's introduce them to good old-fashioned momentum." The human ships surged forward at speeds that would have torn apart most coalition vessels. But human ships were built different, reinforced with redundant systems, designed by a species that had learned engineering in the brutal environment of their own world's conflicts. The first volley of tungsten rods struck the Kreshvar swarm at a significant fraction of light speed. The effect was devastating. Unlike energy weapons that the bioships could adapt to and absorb, the kinetic projectiles simply punched through, creating massive shockwaves that tore through the organic vessels. "Secondary targets acquired," Jixon reported, deploying the surprise. From the bellies of the human destroyers, thousands of small craft emerged. They looked primitive to the watching coalition forces. No sleek energy shields, no elegant hull designs. Just angular, heavily armored attack craft bristling with weapons. The Kreshvar swarm, operating on collective intelligence, attempted to envelop the human fighters. It was a fatal mistake. Human pilots didn't rely on AI coordination or hive mind tactics. Each pilot was an individual, unpredictable, capable of split-second decisions that no algorithm could anticipate. They flew like their ancestors had flown in Earth's skies, with instinct, aggression, and a shocking disregard for personal safety that terrified and awed the coalition observers in equal measure. Elsa watched the tactical display with satisfaction. "Admiral, have your ships focus fire on the swarm's command nodes. We've provided the opening. Time to exploit it." The tide turned within hours. The Kreshvar evolved to face the methodical, predictable tactics of the coalition's military doctrine, found themselves unable to adapt to humanity's chaotic, aggressive, and relentlessly innovative approach to warfare. When the last Kreshvar bioship was destroyed, a deafening silence fell across the coalition fleet's communication channels. Finally, Ambassador Jothik's voice came through. "Commander Martinez." "That was effective," Elsa offered. "Terrifying," the ambassador corrected. "Now I understand why the council feared your species." Jixon leaned back in his chair, a slight smile on his face. "Ambassador, humanity learned something during our quarantine. We're not just warriors. We're survivors. We fight dirty, we adapt fast, and we never ever give up. You quarantined us because you were afraid of what we might do to the galaxy." Elsa nodded, finishing his thought. "You should have been more afraid of what we'd do for the galaxy. Welcome to the new era, Ambassador. Humanity is back." As the Prometheus led the coalition fleet toward the liberated Talvaxian homeworld, the galaxy learned an important lesson. Sometimes the most dangerous weapon isn't the one you build. It's the one you've been keeping locked away, waiting for the moment when you had no choice but to unleash it. The last option had become the first solution. Humanity had returned to the stars, and the galaxy would never be the same. And